Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Indianapolis Colts. We're through the first quarter of the season. Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Fields. Throwing deep right away. Oh, it's intercepted. What a start. Picked off by Darian Porter. Well, Brock, if the goal was to set the tone that you're going to be aggressive all game, I would say mission accomplished. But it'd be tough to connect on a lot of those against a defense that came ready to play.
Yeah, they were not caught off guard for a second, Kate. They know this offense likes to be aggressive, and dare I say, they may have been expecting that deep shot on the opening snap.
First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Out of the gun, it's Leonard. And the Colts get to him. Down he goes. Working quickly here. Here he goes. 3rd and long. Going left side. Bowers has it. And somebody finally able to force him out there. So even with that quality gain, it will still wind up being 4th down.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Perhaps a little misplaced sense of urgency on their opening drive. We'll find out together, and they're going for this from their own side. They're going for this. He's got it to his running back. Galloping inside the 40. Into the red zone. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders drive the length of the field and take a 6-0 lead. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone, so we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Green 19, you got it. EQ. Hey, can. All right.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Rolling left, buying some time. Now putting his body into this one. Going long. It's complete. Oh, my. They left it wide open downfield. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line.
First down. First and 10.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
551, 551. Here we go. Hey, Ken. 19 instruction. Hey, Ken. 11. Right.
Out of the shotgun, Fields has a man downfield. It's Pittman. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Working quickly here.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
West right zip. Angel. Hey, Ken. Go.
From the red zone on 1st. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. Ooh, and he's not going to score, but they're just a yard away now as this sets up 1st and goal.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Taylor scores. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts make it a 1-point game. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Spencer Schrader on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Colts tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. First play is going to be a gift to Jency. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
60 Eagles, 19 tight, 19 tight. Let's go.
Shotgun snap to Leonard. He fires one deep down the right sideline. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Go. Viking 18.
Tight end in motion left. 3rd and long for him here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Rodney Thomas has got it. And the Colts get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Set.
A give left side to Taylor. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down.
Here we go. We good. 19 windy. 19 windy. Here we go. Hey, Ken. Delta. Up. Right.
Fields out of the gun. And this is going to fall incomplete. They made a call for the end zone there, but nobody picked up on the other end. Now it's 3rd down. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Here we go. 58 was it. Right.
Fields gets it out wide quick. And a stop is made after a gain of 6. That's going to make it 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down.
Right.
On the keeper, here's Fields. And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts parlay the interception into points. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. And wow, Brock, this one is no good. He has been automatic so far this season, but for the first time here, he whiffs on that extra point. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
At the 60, at the 60. 65, yeah, 65.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Five still to go here. This is 2nd down. From the gun, it's Leonard. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Ready. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Here's Leonard to throw. That's caught for the 1st. He gets loose down the right side. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders tie it up late in the 1st. Carlson to tack on the extra point. Up the middle, and somebody blocked it! The Colts have it! Up to the races, middle of the field! 30! And he is into the end zone. 2 points on the block kick and return.
Well, I know you, Kate, and you know me, and I think we would both sign up for this kind of track meet. One side of it scampers all the way down the field with a big play. The other side, they don't hang their head for a second. Instead, they block it, and they scamper it all the way back the other way for 2 on the board.
At their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10.
Don't jump. Ready? Tonight.
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
18, Angel, you got 19 windy, 19 windy. Go.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. Looked well downfield for that one. All he found was a waiting defender to knock it away. 3rd down coming up.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
EQ.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. Chased out to his right. That finds Pittman complete. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. Give him 38 on that one. And it'll be 1st down Colts.
And the Colts, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the 1st. The Colts have taken the early lead. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Colts have the football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Fields throwing here. And he finds him in the end zone for the Indy touchdown. The Colts push this to an 8-point game. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Colts push the lead to 2 scores now. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. And he's going to field this one in the end zone without a return. So that's going to bring us out to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, here's Leonard. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Looking to throw, Leonard. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And the Colts get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
Here we go, son. Right.
Play action now. It's Fields. Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Hey, remember Monday. Up, chip slant. Extend. Right.
2nd and 10 now. Fields. Sends this to the end zone. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
Go.
They're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. He's not going to get it. He challenged for the sticks, but he's stopped after a gain of about 4, Brock. This is 4th down. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's 4th down.
551. Hey, Ken. Out, let's go. Right.
They do snap it. Here's Fields. Going all the way to the end zone here. And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls, Brock, instead just a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. He's loaded another one up. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. But I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
19, tracking 60.
Now it's Leonard. He's trying to go deep again. And he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders cut the lead to just a field goal.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Raiders cut the lead down to just 2.
Raiders 20.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. On the return, here's Anthony Gould. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
On the return, the Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go. Right.
They'll start on the ground. Taylor. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Devin White hauls him down.
27-yard line.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Why not? Here we go. Right.
They go again with Taylor. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Right.
Fields now on 3rd. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. He's got it inside the 10. And he takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts push this to an 8-point game. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts push the lead to 2 scores now. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Out of the gun, it's Leonard. This is caught. That's Bowers working downfield. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. They put a receiver in motion right. Leonard to the air now. Nowhere to go with it, so he's just going to throw this one away.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. To throw, Leonard. He beams one deep right side. Has it down close. Touchdown, Vegas. The Raiders make it a field goal game. Carlson now to add one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders cut the lead down to just 2.
Raiders 27.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Ashton Doolin now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Running right, this is Taylor. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. A pickup of 17. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40.
Here we go. Go.
Going to the ground again on first. He hits the lane perfectly for an 8-yard pickup. It's 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2.
Here we go, shot. Shot.
Taylor again. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it as they take him down for a loss. A great call in a short yardage situation right there, Brock, and that was exactly the type of front that defense needed to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the X's and O's of it, and then even more, the guys going out there and executing it, pulling the trigger to create that loss.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
319, good shot. Hey, Ken.
Plenty of points already, partner, as we have reached the 2-minute warning. It's the Colts holding the lead here at Lucas Oil. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
551, 551. Here we go. Blue 58, blue 58. Sit down. Yes. Hey, never mind. Monday. Hey, can.
Shotgun snap to Fields. In trouble now, and the ball is out. But I believe somebody on the Colts got to it first. They're luckily hanging on to the football. Well, they scrambled back on top of the fumble. They lose a ton, though, and now they've got 4th down coming up.
Yeah, recovering it really only brought you one more play. With how much they lost on that play, well, here come the special teams. And now, now they got to be special.
And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it.
Hey, 11. That's right.
They're going for it. Here's Fields. Forced out to his right. Moving right. Airs it out down the sideline. He's got it inside the 25. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him a first on 4th down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Blitz is there, and he goes down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Raiders with an extra DB out there. 3rd down. Play action, Fields. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it. That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And maybe making some better judgment here as he takes a knee and accepts the touchback. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Man in motion, headed right. Shotgun snap to Leonard. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. After the sack, let's see what the offense does here. 2nd and 18 coming up. Leonard setting up the throw. Well, he put everything he's got behind it. Deep sideline shot is caught, and he gets out to stop the clock. It's a huge pickup on the play. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On the move, headed right. And all he can do is get back to the line on that effort, so no gain on first down.
All right, we'll call that one a drop. He escapes, quarterback does. He avoids taking the sack. He's also denied a gain of any kind.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Leonard now. Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
That's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. But he's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
To the air on 3rd and long. Buys time, rolling right. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Carlson's kick is good. And that trims the lead to just a couple. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60. 18, run, 18, run.
They'll come out throwing. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So that brings up 2nd down.
Timing is everything in life. And timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun give here to Genty. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Kenny Moore there to make the stop.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Leonard. Catch is made down the right sideline. And this one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. That's a good-looking play by the Notre Dame rookie. Gets him a 1st down. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Here's Leonard to throw. Oh, he's in trouble, and he's going to go down. The Colts got him. And their 4th sack of the game right there brings up 2nd down.
This defense has been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
So after the sack, quite the situation they find themselves in. Here comes 2nd and 22. Back to throw. Throwing this one back of the end zone. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take the lead right away in half number 2. Carlson to tack on the extra point.
Carlson on for the point after.
Bringing pressure, and it's blocked! The Colts free up the middle. It's a breakaway. The 40 hits the 20. And against all odds, they get the block and return it all the way for 2 points.
It's far from this kicker's first NFL campaign, but I bet you it's one of the first kicks he's seen turn into points on the other side. Hey, listen, fault is shared by everybody, but I'm sure he'd prefer this to be the last time it happens in his lengthy career.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
Go.
Taylor now up the middle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you called 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Here we go. 58, did you hear that? Extend. 11.
Fields out of the gun. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, it's a difficult on defense.
And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 46-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Downfield to Warren, he's got it. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that first down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Right.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Colts grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. And the extra point is no good. So potentially a key tackle kept off the scoreboard, Brock. Going to see how and if this comes into play later in the second half. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. To return, here's Raheem Mostert. Showing a little burst so far. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. To throw. Here's Leonard. Look at that power. Deep left side. That's complete inside the 35. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
Well, that's sure one way to take the lid off a defense. Great work to find the biggest hole in the coverage, and more importantly, go exploit it.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Looking to throw. Leonard. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, 2nd and 10. Trying to throw this from the gun. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Kenny Moore with the pin. And the Colts are set up just shy of the 25 after that tackle.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes first and 10.
Here we go, son. Go.
They give to Taylor, right side. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Taking a deep shot here. Yeah, a little bit of big completion block, if not for that meddling defender who knocked it away. It sets up third down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
No connection on the last play, and out third down. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. He's going to gain a good chunk of yards here. Looks like about 6, but that still brings up fourth down. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 6 yards. It's fourth down.
Hey, never mind. Monday. Say hi.
They're looking to throw. That one nabbed by Warren. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield stripe.
A gain of 19
How about 19 yards on fourth down, partner? And the call to go for it pays off.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. But you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with the penalty. Not sure why they'd want to keep a rush for no gain, but that's what we just saw, Brock. They've declined the penalty.
You know, Kate, there's times as a parent, right, you want to teach your kids some tough lessons, but I don't think I've ever seen that on a professional football field.
And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Can. Angel. EQ. Hey, 551. Right.
Fields looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And things look tougher now with third and long.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
They need some extra time to think over third and long. We've got a timeout, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Here we go. Good. Turn on, son. 11.
Third and long for him here. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And they catch him just in time to prevent the first, but that got very close, didn't it? It's fourth and maybe a yard. He'll throw it. Buying some time right. He's going to run for it. There he goes again. And they take this in for the score. The Colts lengthen the lead at the end of the third. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. That one right down the middle. And the Colts drive their lead to 11.
Raiders 36.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff.
The kickoff for Indianapolis.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. And they're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. Who's going to throw? This is Cox. That's Bowers working downfield. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Raider first down.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Raiders football, and they'll need to get to work. They're trailing here late. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Out of the gun, it's Leonard. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set. Cowboy 80.
Leonard to the air now. Escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting it into practice right here. You don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window, don't risk yet another interception.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
You're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Desperation time here. Chased out to his right. From the pocket, he's taking a shot down the left side. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
And he stops quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Ken, no muss, no muss. Jim Slant.
Fields to throw it. He put everything he had into this one. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. He has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts have likely locked up the win right there. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Colts push lead to 18.
Raiders 36.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff.
Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Leonard. Escapes the pocket. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Leonard setting up to throw. He's going to push one deep down the right. He's got it inside the 25. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get it back to within 2 possessions.
Daniel Carlson on for the point after.
Point after from Carlson is up and good. And the Raiders make it an 11-point ball game.
44. Raiders 43.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here's Doolin. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
For 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go. Hey, kid, right.
From the gun, Taylor. He cuts it right. And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Colts push their lead to 18. Well, we're going to pause here, and for good reason. One of the Raiders was injured on that play and is being tended to. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Leonard. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Just an incredible effort out of him today. The type of performance, frankly, that elevates the energy level of all 10 guys around him. What a game he's got going.
Rolling from the gun here. He's got some air under this one, deep down the middle. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. He goes to the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 63 yards. 1st down, Las Vegas.
60 We put a receiver in motion left. Leonard now. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
And they pick him off again. Tarvarius Ward picks it off. And the Colts have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
319, just what? Hey, can. Go.
1st and 10. Here's Fields. Gets everything he has under this one. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Smash. Warriors 70. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Dragon 60.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Trying for the deep ball. Brought in inside the 20. And he takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. It's an Adnan Mitchell touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Now they'll try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Colts grow their lead yet again.
Colts 68, Raiders 43. Rigoberto Sanchez.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Cougar 19. 18 rep. 18 rep.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, so he's just going to hurl this one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 18 Pioneer. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Leonard. He puts some air under it deep down the left. That's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing 3rd down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Mustang 19. Bronco 80.
To the air on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's the exact opposite of what this offense needed. They now face 4th down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. Well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Oof, best of luck here, guys. It's 4th and pretty far. they're trying to throw for him. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Colts on their way to their 3rd win of the year. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
60 Bobcat. 19 Tigers.
They're going to pass it here. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
That's a pro's pro right there. That is one heck of an experienced catch. He made sure to secure the ball, but he also knew exactly where the sideline was to get both feet down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Straight ahead with Taylor. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that brings up 3rd and goal. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run.
It's 4th and goal.
On 4th down, it's Jones. Forced out to his right. And we shouldn't be surprised as they connect in the end zone for yet another touchdown. The Colts keep running away with this. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
19, 18. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Timeout, Indianapolis. That's its 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long.
Strike. 300%. There we go,
3rd and long for him here. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Charvarius Ward picks it off. And the Colts get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On the set.
So 1st down from the 41.
Let's go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 60. Mustang 19. Take over.
From the shotgun, it's Jones. He's throwing deep to the left side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Unable to find Adonai Mitchell with that one. And now they face second down.
Here we go. 19 wins, 19 wins. Here we go. Delta. Right.
Fields out of the gun. Going deep here for the end zone. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Colts continue adding to an insurmountable lead. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown. His fourth receiving score of the game. They'll set up here for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts continue piling on to this lead.
82. Raiders 43. Rigoberto Sanchez.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Mostert on the return. Making some progress here. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Trying to push deep downfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Intended target, Dante Thornton Jr. So it'll be second down.
Check 59, check 59, cover. Hey, the clip. 39%.
Back to the air. It's Smith. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Daniel Scott with the pick. And the Colts are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Hey, Ken, touch. Here we go, son. No mas. No. Easy. Hey, Ken. Go.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. And this one is launched downfield. He's got it inside the 10. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with first and goal. The timeout's taken now as we have one, possibly two snaps remaining in this ball game. Well, they don't need points anymore, Brock, but can they resist piling on? Let's see. It's first and goal.
Hey, Ken. Tonight.
From the red zone now. Raiders closing in, and down he goes. And it's step one towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. Second and goal coming up. And here's the timeout with just 1 second left on the clock. So we're going to have one more play left in a game that's already decided. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest.
Here we go. 11. Alpha. Hey, never mind. Monday. Chip Smith.
There, go.
Hey, Ken. Alpha, let's go. Hey, Ken. Delta. It's all right.
Field throwing here. And they strike for a touchdown on the final play of the game. They didn't need it, but they will take it anyway. The Colts pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown. The fifth of the game for him, tying the NFL single-game record. So the Colts pick up the win in this one. Well, Brock, I think it's safe to say that the top-ranked defense in the NFL probably going to take a couple of hits to its status after this one. We have not seen an opponent score against them like this very often, if at all, this season.
Yeah, I think what it shows you too, Kate, is even for an elite defense, there's still holes and weaknesses to be found and taken advantage of. It took a whole bunch of effort, some great masterful game planning, but this offense found ways to score against a pretty salty defensive unit.